Good morning to all you wonderful people here in the studio and online, and welcome to the opening of this year's EURECA-PRO Review Week. My name is Amelie Scharschmidt. I'm a student here at Mittweida University of Applied Sciences, and it is my pleasure to be your host for the next hour. Also here for your entertainment, our band. A big round of applause, please. And we have a lot of wonderful things prepared for you today, and we're going to start off with a few words by our rector, Professor Dr. Volker Togmet.
Warm and kindly welcome to all of you here in our TV studio. On behalf of the Rector of the Technical University Bergakademie Freiberg and Chairman of the Rectors Council of Saxony, Professor Klaus-Dieter Babknecht, and of course on behalf of our both universities, I have the pleasure to welcome you here in Mittweida. Professor Babknecht will of course welcome you tomorrow at his university in Freiberg too. Mittweida is a university of applied sciences which tries to do things differently and innovative. Probably you have already realized that we try to do that today for you too. This year's EURECA Review Week session should start in the impressive TV studio of our university, which was built 10 years ago. So, therefore, I'm very proud to welcome you here. The complete opening show, of course, today is produced by our media students. Maybe you have already realized it, and supported, of course, by their professors. And I have now the pleasure to start with a few remarks about our region, our university city, and of course about our university. But first and foremost, I'm delighted to welcome you all, dear colleagues, dear students, dear guests, representatives of all our partner universities, above all my dear rectors and vice rectors, colleagues. Welcome. It's an honor to have you all here, and for the first time in EURECA history, we can welcome all of you who will join us online at home at your home universities. Welcome again. But now especially for our guests who are for the first time in our region and in our small city of Mittweida, I want to introduce you to my city, to our university, a little bit more, but shortly. Our city is situated in the heart of Saxony. Probably you are more familiar with our suburbs, Leipzig, Dresden, and Chemnitz. Mittweida has only 15,000 inhabitants here. 100 years ago, our city was much bigger and was a successful industrial city with a lot of companies. But times have changed, and there were two important breaks in the last century. Finally, after the wall came down, our city and our university started a huge transformation process. Mittweida University of Applied Sciences was originally founded as Technicum nearly 160 years ago. We have nowadays more than 6,000 students in 5 faculties, and next week we will welcome another 1,600 more than last year and the year before. Nearly 25% of them are internationals. Most of our students studying in the media faculty in this building together with the Faculty of Social Work. The media faculty has a wide range of programs, and a few of them are really unique. Another special cluster at our university is applied informatics and applied mathematics. and especially highly innovative among them are media informatics, digital forensics, and blockchain studies. Traditionally, we are strong in engineering. Our most successful researchers are from the engineering faculty, and especially our Laser Institute for Research in Laser Technology is very famous, even internationally. So hopefully you can meet as many as our colleagues as possible this week. And finally, I hope you will enjoy the program. You will enjoy the whole review week, and especially, of course, the day today here in Mittweida. So once again, we are proud to have you all here. Enjoy.
Thank you very much, Professor Tolkmitz. Now, let's get things going with some broader questions answered by the most important people at any university, the students. Please welcome to the stage Abir Setouni, a PhD student and the president of EURECA-PRO Student Council, and Aralia Muñoz-Fernandez, a bachelor student at Universitat de León in Spain. Let's dive right in, shall we? EURECA-PRO has been part of the universities for more than 3 years now. But what is it really about? Aralia, how did you personally first come into contact with the Alliance, and what has your interest been in becoming part of it?
My first encounter with the EURECA-PRO Alliance was when I got to learn about its dedication of European cooperation in education, research and innovation. Also their deep values in collaboration, in sustainability and inequality that deeply resonated with my personal beliefs. Also EURECA-PRO's mission, which is so important to get the students to let us know other alliances, other perspectives and other types of thinking. It's impressive. I'm so thankful.
That's great. That sounds really good. Abir, what drew you to EURECA-PRO and being the president of the Student Council, and how has your experience been so far?
So I have joined the co-creation group like 3 years, and when the opportunity of being a chair for the Student Council, I seized it. It was open, I seized it. So, and yeah, so far obviously every experience has its ups and downs, but till this moment it's been also a valuable learning experience that I'm actually enjoying.
That sounds amazing. Aralia, do you also have a favorite EURECA-PRO memory?
There are a lot of really good memories. The team building activities, the workshops, but if I have to decide, probably would be the first time I attended the Work Package 5 meetings. I felt so welcomed and so listened, and it gave me so much energy to continue with the program and with the values.
All these different activities and opportunities, that's really amazing. But, and this question is for both of you, what is the most interesting aspect for you personally regarding EURECA-PRO?
The chance that is given for students to let us now have a deeper knowledge about sustainability and also about the world. I feel it's a huge chance and it's invaluable. I'm so happy with it.
Yeah.
So for me, it's also what is the core of EURECA-PRO, which is a joint degree where the RCP is the main focus. And that also a way to develop and enhance European education policies, and in that way also a chance for students to, be part of each university, which is also every student's dream.
Yeah, that really sounds like it.
Yeah,
and I think I'm speaking for everyone when saying that we're really looking forward to what comes next. Anyway, thank you for the talk.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful and productive review week.
Thank you.
Speaking of what comes next, we have a little update prepared for you on the big things that have happened in the Alliance in the last 6 months. But first, in the tradition of good, wholesome TV, we have something really special for you, which is an advertisement. Do you like playing games? Do you know the answers to life, Europe, and the rest? Well, we got something for you. And it has to do with these little figures right here. Those are typical examples of the traditional craftsmanship in our Ore Mountain region. Well, and if you want to get the chance to win one of those, then stay tuned because we have a little quiz prepared for you. And we will not be easy on you. And now, the news.
Good morning. This is, okay. Good morning, everyone. This is Marianne Borrachino reporting live to you from the Mittweida campus studio with giving you updates about EURECA-PRO. So let's get started. In March, EURECA-PRO activated the superpower in its students, staff, and Mittweida citizens with organizing volunteers for heroic tree planting action in the city's forest. In very sunny but muddy conditions, over 1,000 tree saplings were planted. But there is still a mystery out. How long did it take for people to clean their boots at the end of the day? We'll never know. The merry month of May brought with it happy faces at our research-focused sister project, Re-EURECA-PRO. It finished out 3 years of hard work with a celebration and exhibition, which included an audio installation and also performance art in Leoben, Austria. In unison with representatives from the European Commission and also the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, EURECA-PRO showcased and highlighted all of the possibilities of responsible consumption and production to key stakeholders from all over the world in Brussels. In July of this year, the EURECA-PRO Student Council officially joined the European Student Union's Conference of Student Bodies of European Alliances of Higher Education Institutions. Whew, don't let the long name distract you. The goals remain the same. What they want to do is empower students and give them a chance to change policy-making processes and eventually the world. In this ethos, the young and responsible members of EURECA-PRO Student Council took part just yesterday in a small campaign under the banner of the German Days for Sustainable Action. Let's take a look.
We can do better. That was the result in the biodiversity score made by students at Mittweida University of Applied Sciences. Yesterday, the EURECA-PRO Student Council met and kicked off the review week here in Mittweida.
And what we do today is some kind of ESD work, so education for sustainable development on our campus.
Students from different countries replanted the containers on the sun deck with insect-friendly plants. They are supposed to stay there for the next years. Although they come from different countries, they are all united by the goal of greater sustainability.
It is pretty important because change starts with one single person.
Be part of this kind of project, it allows me to also explore things that I might not be exploring if I just focused or stayed in my university.
At the end of the day, Rector Professor Dr. Volker Teugmet helped the students achieve their goal.
The start today is symbolic because we want to do something, production and later on consumption, of course. It's a pleasure for me to start the review week with our international students just on the campus in Mittweida. Welcome, by the way.
But today evening.
That's it from me today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I wish you a rainy but very wonderful week here. Back to you, Emily.
Benefit of European universities, and what does EURECA-PRO do to to fulfill its role. For this, I want to welcome some experts on the stage. A warm welcome to Professor Van Huisten, the rector of Hasselt University, Dr. Pfeil, Director of International Relations at Neun Universität Leoben, our rector, Professor Talkmit, and my colleague Synnøve Hochstein, the project manager for EURECA-PRO.
Our topic today is European universities as drivers for European values. We have already had a look at some of the amazing activities within our alliance. Now we want to open the perspective on Europe. The political climate is changing, as we have seen in the elections of the European Parliament. In addition, scientific skepticism is increasing and openness towards other cultures is on the decline. Given this background, the question arises why we are spending so much effort on the European University Initiative. So, may I ask you how we justify the amount of resources involved in setting up and expanding EURECA-PRO?
I'll maybe give a start, but first, before doing that, I would like to thank the Hochschule Mittweida, University of Applied Sciences, and also the Technical University of the Bergakademie Freiberg for a very warm welcome, and especially here today, indeed, in this wonderful studio. Very nice. With regard to the funding we get, it's true that we get a lot of money, quite a lot of money. At the same time, you could also wonder, is it not too low? Because I think it's extremely important, and indeed, given the background in many countries going to more extremist views, I think it's very important that we continue to get to know each other. And to get to know each other, we have to meet each other. And then see that in the end, yes, individually, I think we're all different, but at the same time, we're all very similar. And we have the same needs and the same interests, and it's a matter of talking to each other, meeting each other. And this program, EURECA-PRO, allows that, to meet each other. And so it's definitely worth the investment. In the end, it's about understanding each other, and that starts very soon. It starts, of course, at a young age of pupils. Our task then as universities is to focus on the regular university students, let's say. But it starts at a young age, and it's important to just focus continuously on those students. And for us, then the university students, these are our clients. For the students here in the room, never forget that it's for you that we're doing this. It's not for us, but it's in the first place to educate students, have them meet each other, give them good experiences with regard to research, etc. So extremely important. Anything to add?
I agree. I think I mean, it requires that we know each other, that we can do this for the students, but we're creating an ecosystem here. And it's about integration of our countries. And I think with your question, actually, and I know you wanted to be a little bit provocative, but I think with your question, you already answered.
Yes, okay. But could this goal also be achieved by implementing different forms of international cooperation, for example, such as double degree programs?
Well, I mean, not to lower the value of a double degree program between universities, it's a thing that you should do and that provides added value for an institution. However, if I think of a single institution that has double degree programs with 8 different universities, they're limited in scope, they're limited in time, and if you look at it as a shape, it's a star, and I can only send my students to this university or to that university or to this. But what we're doing here is what I said, is we're creating an actual ecosystems where students can freely move. And yes, that is what the European Union wanted us to do. It's the future vision of the European higher education area, but it's a very good vision because it stands for deeper integration and for students experiencing that in the future, a barrier-less landscape that they can move in and that they can gain information from, that they can learn from. Knowledge, we also have a knowledge dimension. We can't forget the knowledge dimension that we have. We are a European University on Responsible Consumption and Production. So it's not only about changing the system, but it's also about what we're providing in an interdisciplinary way in terms of knowledge. Knowledge is also a product. We have clients, they're the students, and we have something that we're producing, it's knowledge. And we need to produce that for the students. And I'm very glad that in this partnership we found 9 universities that are willing to change and actually do that. It's a lot of work, I can tell you. You know, everybody in here knows.
Yes, we know.
Maybe to add, I mean, the fact that we, with 9 universities, focus on SDG 12 is a strength, and I don't think that you could do the same with just 2 universities. Now we're really combining and searching amongst each other for the strengths, and some are more into engineering, some are more into social and human sciences. We have media here, for example, etc. And so you can combine and look for the strengths, and then of course there will be bilateral programs as well and trilateral programs as well. But in the end, we look for the strengths at the 9 universities, and we're all committed to the same goal. That's a strength.
Yeah, and more than that, I strongly believe that we will build up a common identity, and we can speak about European values and the importance of democracy and sharing ideas, but we can not realize that when we don't achieve to bring students, teachers, researchers together. Programs are helpful, of course, double degree, joint degree, to knowing each other, to learn a little bit, but what we want to get is an identity of a European alliance, and like Bernhard said, we are focused on one common target, and therefore I strongly believe it's a very, very important investment, and the European Union already announced that that is the biggest program in education in Europe, and it's a pilot program, so to speak.
Yes, definitely. You have mentioned a lot of very important parts. Could you tell us something about how those things have been already implemented?
I should start. Okay, this time. This TV show, for example, and I think every of our partners has already hosted different events, and events are the first part and a really important part in order to know each other, to learn from each other, to realize we are different, but together we are strong, and we are on one target, sustainable consumption and production. So to bring students together with these events, to bring researchers together with the research topics and events, will finally bring us to a joint program. We can develop on that base certain modules, curricula, and joint degrees, and we realize, okay, Hazard is strong in some areas, and of course our traditionally montane universities are strong in maybe sustainable production, and University Mittweida is strong in other areas. Let's put a really exciting study program together, and students can study it wherever they want, even online partly. And of course, furthermore, then the results will came out, and research results will follow up, for sure.
May I?
Yes.
Good. Sure. Okay. You're absolutely right. The developing a joint program. This is the ultimate vision and the ultimate goal. We have in the first phase already done so many things on bilateral, trilateral, multilateral bases. We had summer schools, research colloquia. So we really had a lot of different formats for students in all cycles. And one of the, and you're doing and you're working and everybody's working in a working group and doing something, and you usually only see your surrounding. But what really struck me was when in the last, in one of the first board of rectors meetings that we had in the new phase, and we reported about the first phase, there was this amazing KPI of how many people we reached with what we've done with all the events, and that was 18,000 people. Yes, and that's quite a number, even if we don't have a fully functioning European degree. I know we're going to be able to do that, because we all want to, and when we want something, I think we can do it. But already with what we've done, we've reached out to 18,000 people in one way or another, and I think that's quite an amazing figure.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, I just want to add that indeed, I mean, we don't always see everything that we are doing amongst our universities, so it's also a matter of looking at it into detail, and as you say, there are also PhD journeys, there are summer schools. Indeed, a joint master already exists between a couple of the universities. And what I would like to also say is that from Hasselt University, we also started with bilateral visits, because I think it's crucial to also, well, to convince professors you need the link with research. And although this program focuses more on education or comes from education within the Commission, you also need to link it with research. And that's what we're trying with bilateral visits. And that leads to then afterwards consecutive visits, individual mobilities, student mobilities, etc. It works really well. So I would recommend it to all of you to go and visit also each other with professors to get to know each other better.
Yes, those are really great things which are already implemented. Maybe may I ask a last question in this round? What we can expect for the next time? So which activities would be planned for the future?
Too many, probably. We have, if you look at our work program, it's so extensive. I think at some point we may realize that we can't do everything that we want to do. I think it's very important that we reflect a little bit jointly, also use this review week to understand what are the core things that we want to realize. And I think one of those is the study program, the joint European degree, and another one is how do we grow together in research, because research is the glue that will keep us together for a long time, and this ecosystem that we're building, it's here to stay. That's the goal. So we don't want a limited time scope. We want to create something here that will go down history.
May I ask also you about this?
Yeah, I can agree completely. I think these review weeks are very important in order to learn more about the host universities and to find colleagues who are not already familiar with the Alliance and not dealt with the topics of the Alliance. So all of our researchers, of our professors are passionate, and they are eager to present their research work and, of course, their content. And the review weeks give usually a huge power, energy to further activities. And therefore, I strongly believe that we will use this week, firstly, in order to make a huge progress, a next step, joint degrees, of course, and maybe common research activities are important as well as continuing in events.
Yes, we will use this week for making a lot of progress. As we have seen now, there is much value for the European Universities Initiative and also great steps for EURECA-PRO to fulfill its role. Unfortunately, this is all the time we have for this topic today here. Thank you all so much for this important and engaging discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now for something completely different. As already announced beforehand, we will play a little game. Please use the QR code, which will appear soon, I guess. Or enter the PIN, which is 34954445 to join the Kahoot quiz. You can play in the studio or online if you're watching the stream. And meanwhile, let me explain the rules. There will be 10 questions and the 3 best players will get a prize, which is one of these beautiful mascots here who are representing the founders of our university. This little one here is Willi, also known as Wilhelm Heinrich Uhland, who laid the foundation for Mittweida University of Applied Sciences in 1865. Then we have this little one here. He is called Charlie, representing Karl Georg Weitzel, who re-established the Technikum Mittweida in 1867 after Willi moved to Frankenberg. Fredi is this one, and he is named after Alfred Udo Holz, rector from 1892 to 1936, who established one of the first electrical engineering programs in Germany. And last but definitely not least, we got Helene. She represents Helene Oster, the daughter of Alfred Udo Holst, who was the pioneer of internationalization efforts at our university. There's still people signing up. I'm gonna wait 3 more seconds. Okay. I think we're, we set? Okay, I think we're all set now. Okay, then let's start the game. And we're gonna start off with the first question in 2 seconds. And the first question is, Eureka comes from the ancient Greek word eureka, meaning I have found it. To whom is this exclamation attributed? Is it Eutocius of Ascalon, Archimedes of Syracuse, Pythagoras of Samos, or Aristotle? You got 30 more seconds to answer. And the correct answer would have been Archimedes of Syracuse. So now let's take a look at the scoreboard. In first place, we got Carl T. May I ask who that is? There, congratulations. And we're gonna continue with the next question. What is the name of the famous mineral collection housed at the TU Bergakademie Freiberg, considered one of the largest and most significant in the world? Is it A, the Pohl-Ströher collection, Pohl-Ströher collection, or the Mineralogical Museum, the Terra Mineralia, or the Geology Museum Freiberg? More seconds. And the correct answer is terra mineralia. Oh, and the scoreboard has changed a bit. In first place, there's Lazaro. Is anyone Lazaro? Is he in the oh, congrats. But nothing is lost yet. We're gonna continue with question number 3. The Université de Lorraine is located across how many towns and cities? Either 5, or 8, or 11, or 14. You got 20 seconds left. And the correct answer is 14. Let's take another look at the scoreboard. Oh, it's ever-changing. Eddie's in first place. Is Eddie here in the studio? Maybe? No? Probably online. Okay. All right, then let's continue with question number 4. True or false? Hasselt University has over 1,000 international partners for education, research, and innovation. Is this true or false? And the correct answer is true. It has 1,280 international partners. Oh, and the scoreboard didn't change too much, but in first place, there's Lev Terrace. Is Lev Terrace in the studio? Yeah, congratulations. And we're gonna move on to question number 5. How many students does the Silesian University of Technology currently have? Over 5K, over 10K, over 15K, or over 20K? Thirty seconds to go. And the correct answer is over 15K. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. And it's Ro who's in first place. Is Ro in the studio? Congratulations. We're already on question number 5, and we're going to move on to question number 6. Another true or false question. Montan-Universität Leoben was officially founded in 1890. Is that true or false? It is false. The correct answer would have been 1840. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Ro is still in first place. Okay, that's good. Keep going. And we're going to continue with, with question number 7. Which figure from Greek mythology can be seen on the emblem of the Technical University of Crete? Is it Daedalus? Is it Minos? Is it Zeus? Or is it Hephaestus? for your explanation. Daedalus is a famous inventor in Greek mythology. Minos is the king of Crete in the Greek mythology. Zeus is the king of the Greek gods, and Hephaestus is the Greek god of fire and metalworking. And the correct answer would have been Daedalus. We're gonna take a look at the scoreboard. Oh, now it gets interesting. We got Ro in first place. Vanessa, who's Vanessa? Is she here? Congratulations. And Anna Julie in third place. Is she here as well? Yeah, okay. We're gonna keep going with question number 8. What is the Latin motto of the Universität de Leon? Is it Universitas Legionum? Is it Universitas Legionensis, Universitatis Legions, or Universitate Leocibum? 30 seconds to go. And the correct answer is Universitas Legionensis. We're going to take a look at the scoreboard. And it's still Ro in first place. Okay, keep going. We got 2 more questions to go. And we're going to go on with the 9th question. What is not a faculty of the University of Petroșani? Is it the Faculty of Mining, the Faculty of Science, the Faculty of Mechanical and Electrical Engineering, or the Faculty of Geosciences and Geoengineering? We got 10 more seconds. And the correct answer is the Faculty of Geosciences and Geoengineering is not a faculty of the University of Petroșani. And we take a look at the scoreboard. Ro is really good, still in first place, and we got only 1 more question, so you gotta be strong now. All right, next round and last round, here we go. What was the name of Mittweida University of Applied Sciences when it was founded in 1865? Was it Technikum Mittweida, Ingenieurhochschule Mittweida, Hochschule für Technik und Wirtschaft Mittweida or Fachhochschule für Elektrotechnik? The last 20 seconds in this game. And the correct answer is Technikum Mittweida. And that's a wrap. Let's take a look at the final results. Third place is CAF with how many points? 7,637. Who is CAF? See here, she, he? No, probably in the stream. Congratulations. Silver goes to Vanessa. Silver goes to Vanessa. Congratulations. And our winner today is Ro with 9,326 points. Congratulations. A big round of applause, please. Congratulations to all winners. Please contact us either online via DM, or you can also just talk with us in person after the event. So, dear all, this opening ceremony and our time together is sadly coming to an end. As we have seen and heard, EURECA-PRO is a living representation of our university's common vision for the future of education and research. This alliance is already actively engaged in local and international community building, and the next few days in beautiful Saxony will contribute to the fulfillment of EURECA-PRO's ideas and tasks. It was my great pleasure to be your host for this hour, and to everybody watching online, thank you for tuning in and take care. To the audience here in the studio, we will meet outside now for a group picture. Thank you very much and goodbye.